Globehead here. You ever wonder how someone can look you in the eyes, say I love you, make plans for next year, and still be texting someone else the same night? From the outside, it looks impossible. And in a strange way, that's exactly what's happening. There's a whole psychological machine running underneath a cheater. Once you see how it works, it stops feeling like a mystery. It stops feeling like proof that you weren't enough. Because it isn't. It's a pattern. Let's take it apart. It almost never starts with an event. It starts with a thought. Small, private, easy to dismiss. They don't really get me anymore. I've given so much. I deserve something for myself. Sometimes those thoughts aren't even wrong. But instead of bringing that hurt into the open, the mind splits. On one side, I'm a good person, not the cheating type. On the other, I'm hiding a conversation I shouldn't be having. When what you believe about yourself stops matching what you're doing, your brain doesn't sit comfortably with that gap. It closes it. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. The honest fix is changing the behavior. Most people take the easier fix instead. They change the explanation. It's not that deep. Everyone does this. That's the moment the moral rulebook quietly switches off, just enough to make room for what's next. Not everyone with a struggling relationship cheats, though. Part of it traces back to how someone learned to attach to people in the first place. Some pull away the second things get close. Closeness starts to feel like a trap. Others grip tighter the more insecure they feel. Both patterns raise the odds of cheating because a side connection becomes a strange relief valve. Enough closeness to not feel alone, enough distance to not feel caught. It solves nothing. It just disguises avoidance as a solution. Then there's personality. Some people carry a heavier dose of grandiosity, manipulation, or a genuine shortage of guilt. For them, the normal rules quietly stop applying. Betrayal barely registers as betrayal at all. Add impulsiveness and a craving for novelty, and the temptation gets louder still. None of this makes someone a cartoon villain. It just means the door was already easier for them to walk through than it would be for most people. Here's what explains the two-faced quality of it. Compartmentalization. The mind builds two sealed boxes. One, loyal partner, caring, present. The other, a separate self, hidden messages, rewritten timelines. As long as the boxes never touch, both feel true at once. That's why a cheater can say, with total sincerity, I never stopped loving them. Love lives in one box. Betrayal lives in the other. The boxes aren't allowed to meet. To keep it running, they need a script. This is just physical. They pushed me to this. Strip the wording and it's always the same move. Protect the ego, redirect the blame. Psychology calls it self-serving bias, and paired with that earlier trick, it can keep someone cheating for years while they quietly stay convinced they're still one of the good ones. Not every cheater fits the same mold. Some are repeat offenders, wired for it long term. Some fall into it during a crisis they never fully processed. Grief, loss, a shaken sense of who they are. Some already want out and cheat as a shortcut to the ending, instead of just saying it out loud. And some panic the moment things get genuinely close, sabotaging it first so they never have to wait around and get hurt later. These days it barely takes a hotel room. It starts with a like, a DM, a joke that slowly turns into a nightly conversation neither of them mentions to anyone. The test is simple. If you'd hide it from your partner, some part of you already knows exactly what it is. Underneath it all is usually a loop. Anticipation, a rush of feeling wanted, then guilt, a promise to stop, then boredom creeping back. Then it starts over. Meanwhile, the partner on the other side feels something is wrong long before they can prove it. And when it surfaces, the reactions are almost scripted. Denial first, then minimizing. It didn't mean anything. Then, strangest of all, a reversal. You pushed me to this. That's not confidence. That's someone watching their own image of themselves collapse, grabbing for anything to hold it up. So if you've been on the receiving end of this, hear this clearly. What happened wasn't proof you were unlovable or replaceable. It was proof someone chose the easier road instead of the honest one. You deserve someone who stays and repairs things, not someone who quietly builds an exit while still holding your hand. The more you understand how this actually works, the harder it becomes for it to ever work on you again.